So hi everybody, it's Katrina from the Paper Parrot. I'm going to go over the mixed media, I'm going to do a project with the mixed media kit for April. And so I was going to get started. This is a canvas that I already had, and it's fairly textured. I had another painting underneath. I covered it with blue a long time ago, acrylic blue, and I made it this big because my picture, this is a picture of my girls, my twin girls, is pretty big. It's 4 by 6, so I wanted to give myself some space to work with. You could also do an 8.5 by 10, of course, any size you want. You don't even have to use a picture if you don't want to. It can be words. So make it your own. What I'm going to do now is cover it with some papers. I actually found this book that has these divider papers that have these great designs on it. So I'm just going to rip a few of these pages out, as well as some text, and use it as some background. I'm also going to use probably some pattern paper. Let me see if I can find some of that. So you've probably seen people use, papers before. If you haven't, this will be a fun experience. You're not even really caring about what's in the background. You just got to glue it down. And once I get the background filled out with some interesting textures, you can either use Mod Podge or this regular gel matte medium. I'm almost out of this. I've got some, let's see, I've got matte and gloss. I'm probably going to use the matte over my picture, so I'm going to save that to the side. Maybe I'll use the high gloss. So I'm going to spread some of that on there. The thing about Mod Podge, so you kind of have to do both sides. You put it on the canvas, and then you also put it on top of the layer as well. So you put it underneath. You can use any old brush. People still use their fingers too. If you hear me clearing my throat a lot, it's because I'm still getting over a cold. And who wants to have a cold in, it's April? That's not fun. It's my birthday month. You could also just leave the blue showing through. I'm going to leave it probably showing through a few areas up here. But this, if you just have a plain white canvas, will give it texture and just a background that you don't have to worry about staring down that white canvas, which can be such a problem for so many people and artists and crafters. It's so blank. You don't know what to put on it. Actually, I might put I'm sort of working upside down here to give you guys a good view, but I might end up turning it the right way so that the balance of my picture is a little bit better. See, I wonder if there's some more fun papers in here. Ooh, that's a little dark. Ooh, I like that. Oh, that's pretty. I guess I kind of like things skewed, so I'm going to turn that at a little bit of an angle. So I've got a pretty good base going here. I've got some washi tape. It's totally up to you if you want to use this. A lot of the flowers in the kit have stripes in it, so I kind of wanted to you know, go along with that same kind of stripe theme. I might put some, excuse me, some Mod Podge over these. Help them stay down. Washi tape is just like a really low tack tape for decoration. Comes in lots of different colors and styles. These are all blacks and whites right now, but I'm missing my colored ones. You could even use a ribbon or just plain old strips of scrap paper. Here's my scrap paper box. So many things I could use out of here. That's kind of pretty. That might go with some of my flowers. So always keep a little scrap box of your papers that you use. Even if it's not like the exact color, it might add some interest. And there I go, using my fingers. And I've said it before in some other videos about not trying to be perfect, because there's no such thing. And art is supposed to be fun, at least for me. And you know what? There's other canvases, there's more arts to be made. This is just, it's a process. I took a class in college called Art Process. You take it your senior year. I have an art degree, and it's just all about learning about the process that you personally go through in making art. And for so many years I just was paralyzed by, oh, I'm going to make it wrong, it's not going to be great, it's not going to be the most perfect thing ever. And for many years I just didn't make any art. And it's a shame. So I really feel like mixed media has freed me to just kind of make mistakes, make fun art, and make those mistakes into learning experiences as well as fun things. So I'm going to stop it here and let this dry, and we'll come back and add some modeling paste. But before I got too far with letting that dry, I wanted to add some of these acrylic paints that I bought that are in the kit. Oh my gosh, I gotta get these things open. Let's get out my ice pick. It's my tried and true open everything because I have no fingernails. Open that one. And I just have some trusty white here as well, which I think I might start out with. Oh, it's so thick. I don't know if you can see that. So again, I'm just going to use my fingers. You're like, oh no, she's covering up that washi tape, but it's okay. It's already actually a little bit dry, so I could start putting down my modeling paste soon. Put some yellow, because, you know, how can you not have blue and yellow together? You could also, you know, if you're not into blue and yellow, you could do just like yellow and white. That would be a really bright, beautiful color choice. And I love this texture. If you could see this very well. Let me kind of zoom in here. This has got some great texture from this patterned pieces. Kind of look like valleys. I'll just zoom in a little. So I've added some yellow. You can, of course, put this on a palette and use a pretty little brush. But I'm just not at that point. I'm just trying to get a good base down. There. Oh, I like that much better. You see the blue from underneath. You got the yellows and the whites. Okay, now I'm going to dry it. So everybody, I've actually put a little bit more white on the canvas, kind of spread it out. It's a little too stark, especially since I wanted to add some stenciling in some of the colors. So what I'm going to do now is mix this modeling paste with some of the acrylic paints. Now it'll probably come out fairly pastel. Let's get this over. And that tends to happen, you know, you're mixing a modeling paste that already has kind of a white going on with an acrylic paint. Let's see, I'll use the yellow. And I'm just going to use my palette knife to kind of mix them together. Now you can, of course, not mix it completely if you choose to give it kind of a mottled look. I'm going to add a little more of this. I've also seen people, and I've done it myself, is instead of mixing acrylic paints with this modeling paste, you can use inks. And I've used, let's see, it's called Higgins ink. There's also a much more pigment-rich ink. I think it's called FW ink or FX inks. I haven't tried them yet, and it's kind of on my list of things to try out. So many fun things to use. So anyway, use a little palette knife to mix your modeling paste and your acrylics. And give myself a little space here. I'm going to turn this facing me so I can see a little bit better. So these were the stencils that came in the kit. And I'm trying to decide. So many cool designs. I think I might try this. Now these were made actually for glass. So they're sort of like a window cling in a way. So I'll be very curious to see how these work. A little bit sticky. I'm going to start over here in the corner. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit. Whoop. So I get some of my modeling paste and I just go right over, and you can leave it a little thick and then peel it up, and there's your beautiful design. And it's sort of, it's textural. That's what I just love about adding this modeling paste, is it gives it a little bit of texture. And you know, it's not just like a flat paint or anything. So I've also got this, it's got paint on it. So what I'm going to do is just kind of turn it over and maybe lay it down over here. Just to add some texture. You know, I might end up covering it up with something else. Some over there. So maybe I'll put this down here. I hope you guys can see that. So again, I'm just going to have it a little bit off the canvas because nothing's perfect. And leave it a little bit thick. You can, you know, use a little plastic knife. Use your finger even. I've seen people do that. And just peel that up. Oh, I love that. Oh, I'm so happy. Maybe I'll stick that in the middle there. You know? Or if you wanted, instead of, you know, maybe putting these also on your canvas, you could get a whole nother canvas or your art journal and put these other little things in there. So obviously you don't want to let these things dry on here. That was a little close. It was like extreme close-up. So, you know, gently wipe these off, or even if you have a little bucket nearby, stick it in your water bucket. Oh, but I'm going to do one more. I just have to. Where are we? You see me over here? Let's zoom out a little bit. Turn this. Maybe I'll use a different one. Oh, let's see. Let's do this border. That's going to be really pretty. Maybe I'll put that right here.